Yeah, hello, my Teacher King family. How is everybody today? Um, Gold and silver are getting hit again, but again, it's paper, and again, I wouldn't worry about it. It's clearly due to the war. It's clearly due to oil prices, so we don't worry. Because there's nothing we can do, but we do understand it's paper gold, not physical. As long as we understand that, then we know it's not a real price and the value of the gold and silver is much higher. So, anyway, that's what we have today. So, if we take a look at it, we've got silver at 74. Well, that was 74, and gold 45, basically. And again, the 10 o'clock drop, it's such bullshit. Went from 45.45 to 44.70. Goes down $70 because they do a 10 o'clock drop, which is just a setting move or some bullshit like that. That's not by the market. So this is not free market. So it's just bullshit. Starting today, I'm now go to teaserking.com for the picks. I am having a problem with baseball. A second. So when I went in to do the password, so I got to link passwords. You get a password, you go into the week like football. And so you would get the password, but I can't get into it. I'm getting an error message when I try to go into it. And I'll show you the message and I'll show you the site. So now I'll give you a free pick like you do in football here. But if you want the picks, it's only $25. We had another good day yesterday. We actually broke even. Some of this are probably we lost. The Dodgers lost. The White Sox over 7 didn't get in, and Philadelphia. We should have played them. We went over with Cincinnati. They played a 5-4 game, so it's the stuff the Cubs lost. So it was one of those weird days, but we ended up breaking even, so it didn't cost you any money. And today I got a whole slew. I got 2 locks. So I will give you a free pick. But again, let me show you what's going on. This is what the site looks like. You go into Teaser King Home, you can read about teasers and what is a teaser, and then the history, well, that's going to be football, purchase picks. So you're going to go into purchase picks, and you can see where I'm trying to load baseball passwords. So let's look at purchase picks first. So you hit the purchase pick, takes you into the picks, and then you just go down on the far right. Why isn't it stretching? So if you go, really, we're going to have this game? Unbelievable. I don't know why I can't expand it. So if we go here on the 4th, so there's locks, there's pro picks, there's college picks, and then over here, it's both, but at the bottom, it's baseball picks. So there's baseball for one day for 15 if you just want to play a day, or I made the week 25. So the incentive is to get the week, and you know how it is. We might have a bad day or two, but for the whole week, we should win. So you pop on that for $25. It takes you to PayPal. You simply put in your credit or debit card information. And then on the bottom, it gives you this message. For the password, please press to return to merchant, which is me, when your PayPal payment is made. And then so you go back to return the merchant to get the password. And then, so you're in the purchase pick tab. Now you go into then you're back at the top and you scroll all the way over to baseball picks. So normally in football, you're going to get that password and you're going to go this week's football picks. But here, now you're going to go to baseball picks. But when I try to load it, I need to load baseball passwords. Like here's football passwords. So each week you come in, you get the password, you then hit this week's picks. Then you go into this week's picks and you put in the password, right? So in football, you would go here and you type the password, and the password's going to get you the picks for the week ending. But when I try doing that for baseball, I'm getting this server error. So I've sent this to my IT guy. I have an IT guy. I don't use him much, but like, well, what do I do here? I'm getting this error. So he will fix the error, and that's where I would put the password in it. It's usually a date thing. And then you're going to go into baseball picks. Oh, no, that's me. That's me putting in the picks. So you're going to go into baseball picks here. I'm going to go into it here to put the picks in. So this is more of an admin page, the baseball picks. And then you're going to go into purchase picks. So you purchase the pick, 25 for the week. I've already had a few people do that. And then normally they would go get the picks here as I enter them. But with that error, I can't. And I'll let you know when it's fixed. And with that, you'll get the picks. And then I go in and mark them. So right now I emailed out the picks to the people who have bought already. They know how good I am in football, and they're expecting the same as I am. And I've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 weeks, picking the games, and I'm getting where I'm good. You understand it. You're getting the picks. I'm giving you the picks live here, so you know what I'm picking. Right? I can't lie about it. I'm giving you whatever, and there it is. I gave you Detroit over 8 yesterday. Well, they went over 8. I gave you Philadelphia over 10 and a loss, so you know what I picked. So now I'm going to give you one free pick, and then all the picks will be on Teaser King. So until I get the Kings taken out, because I haven't done baseball in a while, and it's probably a date issue. So anyway, I emailed you the picks, the people that have bought, and that's what I'll do. And hopefully it doesn't get too overwhelming, but we'll see. Anyway, he's usually pretty good, my admin guy, about fixing it. So anyway, that's what you would do, and you'll get all the picks. If you have questions, just contact me, and I will walk you through it. LA is LA Dodgers, and California will be the LA Angels because they're really the California Angels. Oakland's always Oakland. I don't care if they're in Vegas or the moon. It's always Oakland for the Raiders. And these teams that move, San Diego Chargers, it's always going to be San Diego. And that's what I say here. I don't call them the LA Chargers. That's bullshit. I call them San Diego Chargers. Oakland Raiders are always going to be Oakland. That's our boys. Anyway, so that's what we have. So I can go through the games, but I can't make the picks. And I will give you one free pick. And again, these aren't teasers, so you're basically getting the pick. So In football, it's a teaser, and it's so open ended because I give you a game, then I give you a free pick here. You can put it in 5 teasers. You can tease it with whoever you'd like. And that's the beauty of the teaser. It must be 2 teams, but it could be 5 teams. You could buy my picks, and I might have 4 locks, and you can bet all 4 locks in a teaser, a 4-team teaser. So that's up to you. I don't know why it's always so hot in here. It's crazy. But it's supposed to cool down, which would be nice. I don't know, right? Like when I sit here, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the lights, but it gets warm in this apartment, much warmer than it ever did in the other apartment. I never complained of the heat. Even if it was a 90-degree day, it just never got that hot. Here it's like 76 in here, and I'm like, what the fuck? But yesterday I left the sliding door open and to let warm air in because I thought it was going to be cooler. And today I just checked and it's like 83 out. So I closed the door. So hopefully that'll keep the heat down in here. And we'll go. I do have a fan if I might have to start using that. And we got air conditioning, but don't want a $500 bill. We're going to talk about lying and people and relationships a little bit later because I have an issue I want to talk about. I bring in my personal stuff to help you, right? It's not that I need help or whatever. It's just, hey, has this happened to you? And this is how I deal with it. And just so maybe it'll give you some ideas because this is a class. So anything I can do to help you. All right. So let's look at yesterday's, which is what we tend to do. Tampa won 16-6. We did have Tampa minus 139. They had a good pitcher, but 16-6. Cleveland was 8-2, so it was a high-scoring game. We did have Detroit over 8. And Detroit really can't hit, can't pitch, and they basically stink. Miami 12, Atlanta nothing. We didn't play this one. Miami can hit. That's all I know. I don't really want to go under with Miami. They have a good hitting team. And so does Pittsburgh now. Philly 5-4 over Cincinnati. We had Philly over 10. Just based on the pitchers' ERA, they're both like over 4, over 5 for me to go over, especially 10. I thought Cincinnati would score more runs, and Philly's been scoring. So kind of surprised, although it's one of those. The play was Philly as they're on the streak, but based on the pitchers. So I'm kind of deciphering, do I blindly take the streak or not? Now, California, I did bet on the streak, which is to bet against them, and I lost with Oakland. That game, the Oakland pitcher has a no-hitter through 8 innings, and it's only 1-0, and he gives up 2 runs in the 9th. Some guy hits a 2-run homer on him, and we lose the game as we played. As we played it twice. We played Oakland minus 120 because of the streak, and then we played it under because of the pitching. So sometimes I play them both depending on the matchup. So the only streaks we have is Philadelphia and San Diego's now on a streak. And I really didn't play either of them today. I did play, I believe I played the San Diego game total. Well, we'll get to it. The Mets 16, Washington nothing. I did have the Mets over 10, so there you go. Another 16-7 game. Wow. The Yankees 7, Toronto 6. And I can't believe I didn't have the Yankees here over. Surprising. But I didn't. I didn't play the game. Amazing. I missed that one. Boston 3, KC 1. I had KC under 9, 2 good pitchers going, and neither team really hits well. So that's an under series. Milwaukee 9, the Cubs 3. I played the Cubs in the game, and Milwaukee just crushes them. So Milwaukee's starting to hit. We'll keep an eye on them. We know how hot they get. Minnesota 6, Houston 3. I didn't play that game. Minnesota, you never know what they're going to do. And Houston, Altuve's out, so we're not going to bet on them too much. Colorado 7, Texas 6. I had Colorado over 9.5, and it was 7-6, so there was 13. Not great pitching, and the game was in Colorado, and it was only a 9, so it worked. Here's the one I talked about. California 2, Oakland 1. So the guy's got a no-hitter through 8. And they kept him in the game to get his no-hitter, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't have pulled him. The guy's got a no-hitter. Why would you bring in your bullpen? Like, oh, you fucking idiots. So they lose 2-1 in the ninth on a 2-run homer by California. So the Angels are California. The Dodgers are LA, just to keep that, because there's no such thing as the LA Angels. It's the California Angels. Rod Carew, Reggie Jackson. All right. So that one we do hit the under on, and we do lose on the Oakland side with the no-hitter. Amazing. Arizona 12, the Niners 2. We didn't play this game. Arizona can hit. The Niners are they're average. Seattle against the White Sox, we had over 7, and actually this is a push. This isn't a loss. So I marked it a loss for some reason. No, it's a push. Oh, so I made money yesterday. Okay. To me, pushes are no bet. You get your money back. In football, if you lay 3 and they win by 3, it's a push. So as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, and it even says it here, the score of 7 pushed the pregame total of 7. So it's not a win. It's not a loss. You didn't lose. They didn't, you said over 7 and they didn't lose. It landed right at 7. So it's a push. That's how I review it. San Diego 1, the Dodgers nothing. I had the Dodgers minus 139. San Diego did not have a great pitcher so to shut out the Dodgers. They're having a lot of shutout issues lately. The Niners beat them, I think, 6-0. Now you got San Diego playing them. So again, we keep an eye on that. So the Dodgers will beat a real shit pitcher and they'll put up 10 runs, but against the better pitchers, they're not doing it. And then let me just check the box score. Why I didn't play the game under. And the Dodgers had Yamamoto, 3.32 ERA, pitched 7 innings, 3 hits. And then Hurt comes in and pitches 1 inning with a .69 ERA. So you got a good ERA. Let's see what San Diego did. San Diego got 1 hit. They got one run, 4 hits. They got 4 hits. They've got 1, 2, 3. They got 3 hitters. So San Diego is an under team. And then their pitcher was Mike King, and he's got a 2.31 ERA. We looked at that. So, yeah, it probably should have been an under with a 2.3 and a 3.2 pitchers. He had a 4-hit shutout, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. Adams comes in with a 1.15 ERA, and Miller comes in with a .82 ERA. So, yeah, they're not hitting these guys. So, again, my mistake. This game should have been played under. But I think the Dodgers run a streak. That's why I played them. And that's where I'm getting a little dicey with the streaks. I've got to just look at the pitchers. And if it makes sense, then bet the streak. Although sometimes, like the Cubbies, they won 10 in a row twice. And we just blindly played them until they lost. And I think there was another one with the Yankees or something. And I'll notice if the teams are scoring a lot or not. Again, last year we had the Yankees under for 2 or 3 weeks. I think they had 10 or 12 games. They didn't score a run. I think somebody was injured, but they didn't score. I mean, it was like 2-0 every game. So we were just cleaning up, betting them under. So that's also a streak or over. But we'll keep an eye on this. So let's look at today's matchups. Now, I'm going to give you the matchup. I'm not going to give you the pick. The pick I'm selling, because that's my business, is to sell football picks and that's the real teaser king point here, except baseball, there's no teasers. So I'm giving you the pick. Like yesterday, I gave you the Whites. Let's go. Oakland under 9, 2 units. That's the play. There's no teaser to it. It's just take it minus the 2. Just so you understand what we have. And there we go with that. So anyway, So I'm going to give you the setup, and I'll give you a free pick, and that's it. Atlanta goes to Miami. Atlanta 127, 12 and a half. We saw Miami score a lot, but Atlanta didn't. Now they're supposed to get Ochuno back today, I believe. Martin Perez, 2.42 against Garrett with a 45 ERA. What is this? He probably pitched 2 innings and gave up 8 runs. Yeah, they lost 9-1. He pitched 1 inning and gave up 4 hits and 5 runs. So really, it's not a 45, but it is in that. Last year, he had a 5.35 ERA, and he's been with Miami. A couple of 5 ERAs, and then 22-23 were 3.6 ERA, and then he had 7 pitches. So he probably got hurt, 5.35. So he's probably a 4 or 5 ERA guy going against Perez. So I can't give you the play. So again, the edge, you got a good pitcher in Atlanta, you got a bad pitcher in Garrett. And again, 12 and a half. That's a big number. Miami scored, but they're not going to score a lot on Perez. Baltimore, Tampa. We got Tampa minus 115, 7.5. Bradish, 4.21 ERA goes against Jacks, 1.29 ERA. What did Bradish do last game? So you kind of want to always use streaks in baseball. Players get hot, they get cold. Let's see, Bradish. He's up and down. He gave up 4 runs in 4 innings early. In the last 4 games, he's given up 3 runs, 5 runs, 3 runs, and then he shut out the Yankees. So he lost to the Yankees 9-4, and then at home he beat them 7-0 on a 1-hit shutout. So generally, he gives up a couple of runs. Going against Jacks with the 1.29 ERA. So we will see. I got to change this. I got to go change this play. All right. Anyway. So Jack's good pitcher. Bradish, not consistent. Yes, he did shut out the Yankees, but I don't see that happening again. So we will see. All right. Cleveland and Detroit. We got Messick with a 2.38 ERA against Montero, 3.68. We've got Cleveland minus 138 and 8. Detroit does not score a lot of runs. This is a very good pitcher for Cleveland. So I'm going to give you hints, but I'm not going to give you the picks. Philly 143, 8.5. Burns with the 187 against Luzardo with the 5.14. And I did not play this game, and I don't know why. I don't understand the line. Philly minus 143, Luzardo with the 5 ERA, and Burns with the 187. You would think this would be a Cincinnati play based on that, but I didn't play it. Very strange. I think it's different when I'm up here versus just looking at the things. All right. The Jets is against Washington. The Jets minus 133 and 9. McLean 294 against Griffin 353. Well, it should be a tight game. The Yanks and Toronto. So I'm going to give you my 3-unit pick as the free one. The Yankees minus 132, 8.5. Dylan Cease, my man, 242 against Will Warren, 345. We love Dylan Cease. Milwaukee and the Cubs. Milwaukee minus 110, 7.5. Mizorowski, 212. This is the guy who throws 102 miles an hour against Brown, who hasn't pitched in 5 years. And it should be a good one. Houston and Minnesota. We've got Minnesota minus 132, 8.5. McCullers, 692 for Houston. He got hurt and he's not anything. Against Zach Matthews, who I don't think has pitched this year. So again, it's an unknown. You would think Minnesota should be good here against Houston. Okay, here's the free play. Boston minus 122, 7.5. Ranger Suarez with the 245 against Bailey Falter, who has not pitched. Let's see. Well, he's pitched 3 games this year as he's a reliever. 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, gave up 3 runs, and 1/10 of an inning, gave up a run. So this guy is pretty bad. I don't really understand this 0 ERA when he clearly's got an ERA over 15. So we're going to take the Ranger. We're taking Boston for 3 units. They're only minus 122. He's been pitching well. And this Falter is a reliever. They should get a few runs on him and, it'd be a 2-0 game or something. I hate going under 7.5. And I really don't know what I'm going to get in the KC bullpen. I think if Boston gets the lead, they go to – so there's 2 sets of relievers. There's the good set because we want to keep the game – we're winning or tied. Then there's the bad set. We're down 3. Let's just throw the guys out there to eat innings, even if they give up 10 runs. So we're going to go with the Ranger, 3 units, your free pick. The Steelers and the Cardinals. The Cardinals minus 112 and 8. We got Keller with the 363 against Liberatari with the 440. Both teams can hit pretty well. I would expect both teams to hit pretty well here. Texas, Colorado. We got Colorado minus 105 with a 10 ERA. And I have not played this game. Both starters have zeros, so have they not pitched? Okay, well, this guy's a reliever. So you have Alexander's a reliever, and then Peralta for Colorado is his game law. He hasn't pitched in 2026. So again, instead of saying 0, first of all, we know Alexander has an ERA. He's a reliever. He's pitched in a bunch of games. I'm sure he's given up runs. I'm beginning to think they do this based on starts, not what the bullpen guy is actually doing. So Peralta is new. I don't trust either team. It's hard to trust. The 10 ERA, I don't know. Again, I don't know the pitchers. So let's pass. These bullpen days are very confusing because, again, you don't know. I've seen 2-1 bullpen days and 10-9 bullpen days. And you don't know. You don't pay attention to the bullpen. Again, there's no Sparky Lyle. There's no Goose Gossage. There's no Dennis Eckersley. There's no Raleigh Fingers. So it's not like the starter goes 8 and then Raleigh Fingers comes out. You have the reliever starting, pitching 1 or 2 innings, and then here come more. Then here comes like the semi-starter. He comes in like the 2nd or 3rd, and he pitches 5 innings. Well, that's because he's lefty-righty, and we might as well pitch the bullpen guy in the 1st inning and because I got a lefty and they got righties, and then the lefties start, and then we'll bring in a lefty for it. He'll pitch 4 or 5 innings. The Mets did that on Sunday night. They had their guy go, and he came in like the second inning to the sixth inning or whatever. All right. So I'm not playing the Oakland, California game. No. Actually, I did. Huh. Oh, wait. No, I didn't play Texas, Colorado. My fault. Oakland, California against California 126-9. Lopez 577. Detmers 422. So we'll see what happens there. The Niners in Arizona. Arizona minus 119, 8.5. Root with the 349, and Nelson with the 540. Again, 2 weak pitchers. Seattle and the White Sox. Seattle minus 144, 7.5. We got K, the 476 for the White Sox. Miller with the 360, and also 2 weak pitchers. The Dodgers, San Diego. Sheehan with the 461 against Canning with the 10-6-4. This is a game that I expect the Dodgers to put up some runs. They lost 1-0 yesterday, but now they're facing a righty in Canning, and I think they'll bounce back pretty good. See, when you play a really good pitcher, King was a 2.62 ERA or something like that, you're going to struggle. And, but when you play a guy with a 10.64 ERA or even Sheehan with the 4.61, you are expecting to hit this guy, right? He's not very good. He gives up a lot of runs. So that's it. So I'm giving you that. I will give you the picks when I get the $25 for the week. Today is the 19th, so we'll just we'll start at we'll go through Tuesday, but if you buy, like, I want to do it like Monday to Monday. I want to start setting it up Monday to Monday, but because this is the first week, I will honor going to next Tuesday for the people who have bought. Again, for you can buy the daily for $15. That's really cheap, but I set it up. I really wasn't sure what I was doing, and I don't do this to lose you money. I do it to make you money. And now that I've got it pretty well problem solved, and you can see every day we're making money, then now I'm going to charge you for that because that's my business. But a 25 for the week's cheap. I'll keep it. I'll honor it. I'll adjust it next year. But the way I'm going, we're just nailing everything. So again, go to teaserking.com, purchase picks. You want that 1 week of baseball in the bottom right, $25 is it. I don't see any of your information. I get an email that you bought on PayPal, and then I will email you right now with the picks. Once the site's working, then after that you will get the picks. You'll just get them automatically, and I'll post them because it's every day. I will post them around this time, around noon. Now, if we hear of a pitcher not pitching that we is supposed to be pitching, like if I don't want to jinx that, but let's say this K against Miller, the White Sox in Seattle, and then we learn that Miller's not pitching with the 3.60. His elbow, I think that's just happened with the guy in the Dodgers, where he was supposed to pitch and then he didn't. Okay, use your judgment there, or I'll try to change that pick. But I'm only changing the pick if we hear of an injury, right? Now in football, we tend to, since all the games are at 1 or 4, what I tend to do is I make my picks, let's say Thursday or Friday for Sunday. And then on Saturday, I'll hold it. Is Mahomes playing or not? I won't pick that game. And then Saturday night, it finally says, yes, Mahomes is playing. Then I'll make the pick. And in this, I don't know, 2 hours before game time, and I don't know if I get that information. Oh, he's not pitching. So I tend to be careful. It's Blake Snell. So he's a good pitcher, but he's been hurt. Is he going to pitch? Don't know. So we kind of left it alone. Anyway, that is your baseball. So again, 25 buys you the week. That's stealing, right? You make now. I leave it up to you. All I'm going to say is 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, and I leave it up to you what a unit. I'll just probably say 2 units, and I'll bet $2. Maybe I'll make them. Maybe I'll play it 25 a unit. But again, you get caught into the money lines. And so then I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm just trying to say we made 10 units here or not. So if I'm laying in the Mets game, let's say you lay 140, I'm not going to put 140 to win 100 on it. That's not the point of this. The point is just to say, we like the Mets. It's 2 units. You bet the 2 units the way you are. And we're just tracking the units, right? So did it win? Yes, we won 2 units. Because the units are what your guys' bankroll says. So you might go 25 a unit. You might go 100 a unit, depending on what your bankroll. You might go 10 a unit because I'm giving you a lot of games. So you might only go 10 or 20 bucks a unit. I mean, I gave you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I gave you 12 plays. Well, that's $50 is $600 played. So even my units right now are not, like football. I'm not betting a couple hundred a game. I'm betting very small here, but we understand the ploy here. So we're just going very small. But again, so 25 a unit. So that's what I'm going to say. Hey, I made 10 units. So again, at the end of the day, so if you play the Mets minus 142 and you put 2 units on it, maybe $50, it doesn't matter because if it wins, you won 2 units. You won the 100 or, you bet 142 to win 100. You won the 100. Or in our case, you're going to bet maybe 70 to win 50, let's say. So you still won $100. You still won 2 units. It doesn't care about the juice because we won. And the ones where I'm not getting that complex in these picks to then figure out money lines and that. So I'm just going to say, I made 10 units. You should have made money at 10 units. Anyway, that's what we're at. So you decide the units. It's what your bankroll is. So it might be 25 a game. And as we win, like this has been a hot month, May. And as we pick it, then it could go that way. So we will see. And anyway, we have a hot day here. Again, it's been in the 90s here, and my apartment got really hot. It finally cooled down, but tomorrow we're supposed to see 60 degrees, which will be fine. So I do have a fan I might have to take out just to keep it cool. But it's hot, but maybe it's just I'm in the upstairs as opposed to the downstairs. They're supposed to come and check the fridge out. And I recorded the loud noise. You can kind of hear it, the loud noise like that. You kind of hear that. And it's, so with the air on, it's fine. Or with the fan on, I really won't hear it. But I want a quiet fridge. I don't want to open the fridge, get a lemon out, and then it starts rumbling on. They also have upgraded. They have these upgraded appliances. I said, well, let me get one of those. Those apartments were like $60 more, which is fine. I would have, had I known I'm getting this shit appliances, I would have upgraded. But I didn't know these appliances would be this bad. So it's kind of like, I caught you. So anyway, we're supposed to see. But I recorded it because what'll happen. They'll walk in and it'll be quiet. And go, oh, what's the problem? Oh, here, listen to this recording. So anyway, you decide your units, just like football. The difference is football, you might play the top 2 or 4 or just buy the lot. A lot of people buy the locks. They don't want to play because I'll give you 10 games. And the thing is, I'm going to hit 7 out of the 10 or 8, 7.5 out of 10. I play a lot because I can pick a lot because I can problem solve it. If the matchup, like the free pick Ranger Suarez is going against nobody. So we're taking Ranger Suarez. But if I find Ranger Suarez in 4 or 5 games, and I lost the Seattle White Sox game because I didn't take Ric Flair. Ric Flair won, and of course they're not going to score a lot, and he's not been pitching well, so I went over like an idiot with Ric Flair on the mound. He's always gonna, you usually bet him to win. Scanes, you just bet to win. Ric Flair, you bet to win. The Soriano guy had a tough time against the Dodgers. I looked for him to bounce back. This guy yesterday in Oakland had a no-hitter into the 9th inning. Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on that guy, if I can remember his name. So that's what you're looking for. So baseball, again, if it's a good bet, I'm betting it. If it's, I don't look at, I'm only going to bet 3 games. Or I'm going to find. Now I do have 2 3-unit games today. Yesterday I didn't have any. So I have 2 3-unit games. So you can maybe, let's just bet the 3-unit game. But it doesn't mean, I had 4 the other day and I won 2 and lost 2. But they're usually a good bet. Again, Philly and San Diego are the streaks, and I didn't bet either of them. San Diego's playing the Dodgers with Canning with the 10-6-4, so I'm not fucking with that streak. I did play the game, but I was not going to play San Diego. And Philadelphia is, let's see where they playing. I think Milwaukee's starting to heat up a little bit. We'll keep an eye on them. Philadelphia is playing Cincinnati. Burns with the 187 for Cincinnati. Luzario with the 514. So I really didn't want to. This is why I didn't play the game. The bet's Philadelphia because of the streak, but I'm not betting against Burns with the 187 with my Luzario with the 514. So I couldn't bet Philly. The real bet would be Cincinnati. And then I couldn't bet the over-under because it's a good pitcher against a weak one. So you want to bet good against good under, weak against weak over, but you don't want to bet good against weak. What do you do with it? So I ended up not playing it. Looking at it, I'm feeling Cincinnati because the pitcher will win out. And but he is a righty, and then Schwarber and Harper will hit the hell out of him. So you got to be careful there. But Cincinnati should hit Luzardio. So it was a matchup that you couldn't go over under. And the only really matchup I would tell you is Cincinnati. But since Philly's on the streak, it kind of cancels out. But it cancels taking Philly on the streak, so it ends up where you don't play anybody because you can't bet against the streak. Not allowed. So that's why I didn't play that game. All right, so that's your baseball. So again, $25, you get a whole week. And at this point, I'll email you the picks. And then once the site's fixed, then we'll go from there. And again, I can't handle that type of the IT where there's error messages. He wrote the script. Now, I very rarely bother him. I bother him to change the history and to go and do like the bowl games. We got to set up a bowl game for $100 because it's not a weekly anymore. And then sometimes we change the yearly amounts, but otherwise it's just in the beginning, change the history and make sure we got the amounts. And then it's strictly change it at the bowl time. And that's it. Change the bowl amount and stuff. So that's really all I need the IT guy for. So it's not like it's a full time and I got an IT department. But I do have an IT department, but it's a half hour here and a half hour there, and that's about it. All right, so that's it. Let's go to the NBA. And very interesting game yesterday. I actually watched it. It was actually on NBC. This is why I didn't make a pick in game 1. San Antonio. I don't believe I made a pick. No, I didn't. I didn't pick this game. So if we go to the NBA, so yesterday San Antonio in overtime won 122 to 115 over Oklahoma. Now the way I could watch this game is because uh, the reason I could watch the game is they drove the ball inside the paint. Winnebago made a lot of blocks and steals and rebounds, and so it was an interesting game. These teams get it. They don't just sit back and shoot threes. They actually get inside. Um, so again, San Antonio 122, Oklahoma 115, and so very interesting game. Now it went over because of the overtime, 237. I don't know that we'll get high scoring, but Winnebago, I don't know what he's shooting a long 3-point shot and he makes it, and you're like, what the fuck? That's how it got to overtime. It was like close to half court. Like, wait a minute. This guy's 7'4". No, you're under the basket, fella. You got to learn a sky hook. So anyway, now Oklahoma has to win game 2. So now we got a little fuel for the fire. We've got Cleveland at the Jets, Knicks. Actually, there's the Jets, the Mets, the Nets, Jets, Nets, Mets. There's all the ETs. And then it's the Yankees, the Knicks, the Rangers, and what's the other one? The Yankees, the Rangers, the Giants, and the Knicks. Yeah. So it's the Giants, I forgot. So you're either a Giant fan or a Jet, a Yankee or a Met, a Ranger or a New Jersey Devil, I guess, or the Long Islanders. And then the other team. I keep drawing a blank. Basketball. Jets and the Giants. The Yankees are the Mets. The Rangers are New Jersey, and then the Knicks or Brooklyn Nets, I guess. So I've leaned to being more of a Giant fan and probably more of a Yankee fan because of Mantle. Hockey, I'm not a big hockey fan. And then basketball, right now I'm a Knicks fan, but, we'll see. Anyway, so we've got the Knicks minus 7.5, 217.5. Now the question is, which Cleveland team shows up? I think the Knicks are a much better team. I think they'll win the series in 5, maybe 4. Cleveland struggled with Detroit. Shows me they're not that good. So game 1, we're going to take the Knicks minus 7.5. I think that's a good play. They've been waiting. Cleveland had a tough series with the Pistons. They lost games 4 and 5. It was interesting. They lost the first 2 games in Detroit and then won game 5 in Detroit and won game 7 in Detroit and lost game 6 at home, and they get blown out when they lose. But the Knicks just rolled. They just crushed Philadelphia, who crushed Boston the last 3, Embiid and everything. So I don't know what Cleveland's got. I mean, they had Embiid and Maxey, and they just crushed them. So I'm going to go with the Knicks, and they're rolling. That's today's game. Let's go. We're going to go 3 units on it. And then let's look at tomorrow's game. San Antonio and Oklahoma. Again, Oklahoma 6.5, 215. I really hate laying 6.5. I think that's too high to San Antonio. Well, think about the total in the game. Wimbiana plays very strong defense, as does Oklahoma. You're not getting a lot of scoring. Let's see what the game was at the end of regulation, because we know the overtime, right? Actually, it was double overtime. So it was 50. It was 101, 101. Obviously, if I figure out one, I figured out both because it was tied. So it goes 101, 101. And Oklahoma made a big comeback in the fourth quarter. They were down 7. Then they each scored 7 in overtime. And then San Antonio 14-7 in double overtime. So that's 35 points. So this is an under, provided we don't go to overtime. So I might end up playing the under. It's 215. Yeah, that's probably a good under to play. Let me mark it, but I'm not going to play it yet. I think this will be a much lower scoring series. Again, you got 35 points in overtime, and it was just, it's always a fluke at the end. The guy hits the free throw or doesn't, or hits the shot. You don't go into overtime. So it's a very, very strange thing you get there. So I think it's under, but we'll look at it more if we get some news or somebody's hurt or this or that. Okay. Let's review. I can't review baseball. We'll review the one game. Boston, Rangers Suarez, 3 units, minus 132. So now I'm not going to do the math and say about 132. And if the game loses, okay, it's 132, not 100. But you still, so I'm just looking at it. You would lose 3 units. Or if you win 3 units. So I guess it's like 100 units a game or something. But I'm not getting into that. Some guy got on me because I didn't add juice to my football. And I'm like, we're winning like $70,000 in the season and you're worried about fucking juice. I'm not in here to calculate. It's not really my bet total as much as it's the picks. I'm giving you the picks and they're winning. And I'm, if I give you, it's basically 11-10 in football, right? So I'm giving you, take the Packers and take the Rams and the Steelers and put a teaser. You're laying 11-10, but you might play a 3-team teaser or 4-team teaser. All right, but I'm not factoring 11-10 if it loses and even money if it wins. That's not the intent. The intent is, look, we're up 50 units. That's the intent. We're up all this money. Okay, minus a little bit of juice. Okay, I get it, but that's not the point. The point is the units. And I'm saying I pick between 70 and 75%. I'm not saying that I win or with juice or without, but I am saying the units win 70 to 75%. So if I play 100 units, I'm going to pick roughly about 75 out of the 100 correct, which is what I do. I got an email on my time travel possible comment. Okay, that's from Back to the Future. The guy says, what does that mean? It's what makes time travel possible. And I'm like, it's from Back to the Future when he was talking about the flux capacitor. So I do a lot of movie lines. So I just said, that's what makes, so when it fits, I just say, well, that's what makes time travel possible. It's just an expression. Then he asked me if I'm a time traveler. And I said, no, I'm a psychic. So I can kind of predict the games, but I am not psychic. Although I did pick the Super Bowl pretty much dead on 30-10. And then I switched to 27-13 and it ended 29-13. So I nailed the score. Now, was I a time traveler? Did I see the score? No, but that's where the psychic comes in. I could feel the score. And that's why a lot of people who buy my picks ask me, is this a feel or just a technical? And most of my picks are feels, right? So if I'm looking like Cincinnati, Philly is a feel. I should play Philly, but I don't like the pitching matchup. And then I can't figure out the total with the pitching matchup. So I'm not playing it. The play technically would be take Philadelphia because they're on a 5-6 game winning streak, but I'm avoiding that. Now, if they win this game, then we'll be all over Philly tomorrow. That'll be our lock. Okay, they beat this guy. But at this point, it doesn't feel right to take Philly. I think they're going to lose. So that's where the feel comes in. So no, I've never time traveled, and that's where it comes from. And he asked me a few other things. So again, a lot of this is it's joking. No, I'm not that, but I am everything, a problem solver and everything else. That's what I am. And that's what I'm doing is problem solving a lot of this stuff. I'm problem size solving our gold and silver. Why is it going down? Well, it's because of the war. It's because countries need oil and the price of oil is going up because of the war. And so they are selling their gold options, not their physical. So they're selling the gold options, and that's making the gold price go down. So again, it's not even because nobody wants the gold. It's because of the war, and they need money to buy oil because everybody needs oil. That's what the whole thing is. They're going to get rid of oil with windmills. You got to be out of your fucking mind. That's impossible. So I want to talk about like liars and lies. I gave Jenna some money today. And how about some, I need money for food or something. So I give her a little bit of money and she's like upset that that's all I gave her. And I said, well, I'm not a bank. I'm being nice and helping you in the first place. Daria is my girlfriend. Jenna's a friend. There's a big difference. So Daria, I try to help a little bit more. Jenna, and then, so she said, I don't like greedy men. And I said, I'm not greedy. I'm just being a friend trying to help you. You cry for food, so I give you $50 for food or whatever. Like, it sounds like you don't appreciate it. Go fuck off then. I mean, if that's your attitude is I should give you more and how am I greedy? Oh, I got $1 million. I don't know how many times to explain to Jenna, my money's in gold and it's not easily transmitted. Just like I say, if this was a real Van Gogh, and it's not, it's a poster, so don't get all excited. But let's say it was a real one worth $1 million. I still wouldn't give her more than $50 because my money's tied up in the picture, right? It's tied up here. It's not like I have a stack of money like in the Twilight Zone and I can just send her a couple hundred. So if I had 100 grand in the bank, I could give her $200. Who cares? But for food, like you can go work, get your money for your food. Don't rely on me for food. So that's the problem. And then she calls me greedy in a way that says you didn't give me enough money. And I go, fuck off. I already had this with Carmen where she wanted money and that's all she wanted. And I said, fuck you. I'm not a bank. So I told her, I'm not a bank. There's nobody to help me if I run out of gold and silver, I'm broke and I'm going to die from starvation. Yeah, I get some football money in and some now baseball money in, and that helps. And I get Social Security, and that helps. But that's it. And I'm retired, so I got to make this last my gold and silver. So I'm not cashing gold so I can give her $200 so I can be thought of positively. If somebody's helping you for no reason, just because we're friends, and you can't, and you think I'm cheap, well, how about if I don't give you any money? How about that? How will that work if I give you zero? Right? Will that work better? So, I mean, that's what I do with these girls. That's how you stay stoic, and that's why you have multiple friends, is because when they pull that shit, you're just okay, fine. Let's see how it is when I don't give you any money and I don't help you. So go fuck off. And that's sort of like now you're reading her true feelings. I'm cheap. And I don't know what she's doing, if she's trying to manipulate me into giving her, oh, yeah, I don't want you to think I'm cheap. Yeah, here's another 100. I'm telling her to fuck off. I'm saying I'm not a bank. I'm trying to help you. I'm very nice to you. And you call me cheap. You must be out of your fucking mind. So that's where it's at. So let's talk about lying. It seems like a good subject. Why do people lie, and why does it cause everybody to get upset, and why does it cause divorce and friendships end? Nothing good comes out of a lie, right? And that's what I don't understand is why do you lie in the first? Why do you need to lie? It's very disrespectful and rude to the person. you know, what are you doing? So it makes no sense. That's why I hate liars. And if you lie to me, you've just ended the friendship because it tells me I can't trust you. It's a very non-professional way. It's non-respectful. Um, that's why when I have customers who promise me I'm going to buy, and they give me a little and then they don't fulfill the contract, they're lying to me, and that's why I get upset at them. And I think it's wrong. Then don't say I'm going to do something and then you don't do it. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Otherwise, don't say it. Say, you know what? Let me do a month at a time, and then we'll go from there. So why don't you do that instead of saying I want the discount like I'm an idiot and I don't realize what you're doing, and then you start lying to me and you don't fulfill the contract, and that's just wrong, right? So I don't deal with people. Once you lie to me, that's it. You're done. I can't trust you. Once I can't trust you, there's no point in it. And that's really the issue. I'm finding my plug against the wall when I try to charge my phone. It's not charging, but I plugged it into my computer and it charged it went from 30 to 90 in like 20 minutes. And over there, it's like 30, it would be 50. So I don't know if it's the wall or the cord, but this works fine and dandy. So I will plug it into here. Even my car works better than the cord over there. So again, that's like Alyssa. She has. Well, I won't go there. But people who lie to their friends end up causing friction because you can't trust. See, the whole thing is it's a respect and a trust issue. If I lie to you about something, you're going to tell me to fuck off, and you should. But I'm very honest about it. I tell you what's going on in gold and silver in these games, and I give you the picks, and there you go. So in football, I give you free picks. Well, I gave you the Super Bowl 2 weeks before the game. I said it's 30-10. Then I even changed it to 27-13 because I got a feeling on that would be the score, but you have it on video. I'm telling you, it's on video. You can go back and listen to it and going, yeah, that's what he said. So I will not lie to you about that. It's not worth it. I don't need to look good and lie about my picks and, I said this. I didn't say that. So you try to be very careful. And getting an honest person like me is very hard to find. Most of these handicappers are just a bunch of liars and scammers, and they don't even tell you their picks, and they'll just tell you the winners, not the losers. But so this is why. So if you're married and your wife lies to you, what do? You're pissed off. You say, fuck you. I can't trust you. You don't love me because you don't respect me and you don't trust me. So you can't have love if there's no trust and respect. That's why with me and Daria, we know everything about each other, and she's telling me things that, it's like she needed wallpaper. So I helped her with wallpaper. It kept her rent down. And so I helped her, and it wasn't expensive. And she says, here's the wallpaper. So she's saying, I'm not lying to you. Here's the wallpaper I bought. And that's what happened. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. So that's really the issue. Is it's a trust factor. Why would you get married and not trust your spouse? I mean, it makes no sense. Then why do you lie to your spouse? That makes even less sense, that you would actually lie to your spouse. Why do you cheat on your spouse? Like I said, you should have, if that's what you want to do, is have multiple girlfriends, then you should tell the gal up front, hey, what do you think of multiple girlfriends? And she's going to tell you, and then you either have one or not. She might be into it. She might not be, but so you got to set up the relationship that way. But if you know that's bad, then you shouldn't have girlfriends, and you certainly shouldn't lie about it. And You've got to be. It's more important to tell the truth, even if it's, yeah, I really like this other girl. Okay, that's better than saying, oh no, I'm out late, with the boys at the bar, and you're not, right? And then she catches you and she doesn't trust you, and then you fucked up and the relationship's over. So this is what I noticed. I was watching this movie. Uh, Batman was in it, but it wasn't Batman. It was Remember Me or something. I didn't like the ending. The guy dies in the 2001, uh, the whatchamacallit, the Twin Tower things, whatever it's called, 9/11, and just before that, he lies to his girlfriend, and she gets all pissed about lying. That's where I saw it from. And the question is, why did you lie to her? It wasn't anything worth lying about. And then he's up in the trade center, and you can see all the white puffs of smoke as they're demolishing the building, and the kid dies. But it was like not really Batman who died. It was whoever was in it. And again, she gets all upset because of the lie. And why do we get upset when people lie to us? Is it I don't trust you? Is it I don't respect you? This I'm unclear about. Why does a lie hurt you so much? Why do you go, are you lying to me? And you're looking at the person's eyes and they're lying and this, and you can't really tell from the eyes, because I could be telling you the truth. If I'm in an interview and they ask me about X and Y, I'm like, well, I don't remember. I got to think of it. So I might look like this and you might think I'm lying, and I'm not. I'm just trying to think of the answer. And I'm just kind of drawing blanks so I can think of it, like I do here when I can't remember a guy's name. Then I kind of go off, and then, oh yeah, then it pops in. But why does lying bother us so much? Uh, that's the problem, right? Why do we watch our doctors, Dr. Stern and the woman? Because they tell us the truth. So I don't respect the doctor because he's not going to help me. But I need the doctor if I need like more gout medicine. But the question I'm having is, why is gout hurting me? So there was a movie. What was I watching? Oh no, I was watching the 9/11 movie. I didn't know it was a 9/11 movie. And Trump comes out and says, "Yeah, there's a terrorist attack, and you know we got hit, and it's terrible. We'll get a." And the question that I would have asked him is, how did you allow the terrorists to hit the two trade centers, the twin towers? How did you let that happen? How could that possibly happen? And you don't have good security people to stop that, and the planes in the air, and you don't have the F-18 knocking it down. And not only that, you let a second F-18, you let a second plane after the first one come in, and you don't lock airspace. That would be my question to Bush. And the obvious answer, he was in on it, which it was the Israelis. And that's the point of it. How did you allow this to happen? In other words, when I problem solve the game, and we look at taking the Dodgers yesterday minus 139, they lost 1-0. How did I make such a stupid pick? How did I not? Because King's got a 2.22 ERA. How did I not bet the game under? And I took the Dodgers. Oh, because they were on a streak. So I could give you the reason. But that's why I'm more tentative today with the Phillies and San Diego, because of who's pitching. But how did I give you the loser? What caused me to give you that pick instead of the winner? How did you not see that? So that's where I always study the loser. Why? Why did I lose? And kind of why did I win? Well, normally it's the pitching. So we go with Ranger Suarez today. Hopefully that wins, and that's the reason we went with Boston is Ranger Suarez. Very good pitcher. We should have bet Ric Flair yesterday. We did. We took over on a Ric Flair day. It's ridiculous. So that's my fault. That was a bad pick. But actually, it was a push. So Ric Flair, it ended at 7. So we actually pushed it. But that's the thing. So what you have is you're let's say you're in a relationship or you're married, same thing. And the girl goes, "What are you doing tonight?" And you want to see this other girl, and you lie to her. You go, "Well, I'm staying late at work, or I'm going with the guys. We're going to the bar, and going out for Chinese or whatever." And this is the problem. Why do you have? This is the one person that you should trust the most is your girlfriend slash wife, who you should be as open and honest as you possibly can be. Why are you not trusting her and lying to her? I know me and Daria, we don't lie. Daria knows about Alyssa. Um, and, uh, and she doesn't care. She's like, fine. And she tells me, oh yeah, I was with this guy from work and da 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 da. I won't get into the da 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 da's, but she tells me about it. And then she tells me about her daughter, and I tell her about what's going on. I constantly showing her, I'm at the gym, I'm doing class. Like here, I did class. I sent her a picture, so she knows what's going on in my life as close as we can. Where she's in Russia and I'm here. No, I'm not lonely. I have her, but it is. I'd like to be with her already. It's very frustrating. A 4 fucking year war, Russia and the Ukraine, which should never have happened. But I never lie to her because there's no reason to. I could tell her anything and she's okay. And she tells me anything and I'm okay. She told me I haven't had a drink in 4 years. I'm an alcoholic. And she told me that. And I said, that's fine. And I'm proud of you for 4 years. So she didn't lie to me about it. She might not have brought it up in the beginning, but now she said, I'm going to an AA meeting. Good. Yeah, good. Enjoy, and hopefully it'll be better. And with me, I won't. See, now I know I won't take her out and tempt her with a drink when she clearly hasn't had a drink in 4 years. I said, I don't drink and I don't smoke and I don't do drugs. I try to live healthy because I look like this at 67. So I don't know what the point is, how long we want to live for, but I'm very choosy of my friends, and if I catch them lying, they're no longer my friends because I don't respect them, and I don't know when they're telling me the truth or lying. That's the most important thing. You say something to me, I got to know you're telling me the truth. I got to be able to believe you, and it's a respect issue. So when you lie to me, you say, I don't respect you enough to tell you the truth, and I'm lying to you because I don't want to hurt your feelings or that. And I'm like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings by lying. By telling the truth, you don't hurt my feelings. I'm fine with it. That's perfectly all right. You're telling me the truth. You smoke. Okay, I'm fine with it. I bet football. If you're not fine with it, we know right up front. If you're fine with it, then I'm going to say I'm doing football, and you shouldn't have a problem with it. I go play poker. I'm not going to lie about playing poker. It's what I do. So either you accept it or you don't. If you don't accept it, I tell you right away. And then you say, it's not going to work. You play poker. I don't like gambling. My dad died. My dad gambled, lost all our money. I'm not like that. I'm a professional. I'm not going to lose the money. I play a $300 limit. I bet football. I'm successful every year. I problem solve it. I'm very good at it. I'm not going to lose. I lose weeks. I don't, but I do not lose for the year. And that's the whole point of it. So there is no point of lying. That's why I tell Alyssa about Daria. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to lie about it. Yes, she's my friend. So what? What's the problem? Why can't I have friends? Right? That's the other thing. So I'm going to tell you the truth. You might not like it, fine, but at least I'm honest with you, and at least I respect you, and I expect the same thing back. So anyway, that's really what we're about. And again, when somebody lies to you, why is it so offensive? And why does it end all these marriages? Basically, it's the lie ends the marriage. Now, maybe you want to end the marriage because you found somebody else. So you lie and then she gets all upset and she leaves you, which is really what you want because you're a pussy and you won't say, yeah, I found this other girl, so I'm going to leave you for her. She's going to cry and you're going to say, well, you gained 50 pounds. She's hot. she's younger. Yeah, I'm going that route. Maybe not. Maybe you say, well, yes, she's hot, but I won't leave you. But I like her. She's 20 years younger and really hot. So I'm going to go with her. And you're going to, but I won't leave you. But and my advice to you is you better lose 20 pounds. Anyway, so you got to be very careful making your choice of who your friends are, and that I'm going to be open with you and honest with you. And if you can't handle that, well, I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's a very weak thing, the lying. And so that's kind of what happens. So I'm a very loyal, honest person, as you can tell from here. So that's the key to it. So again, but I'm very problem solving and critical thinking. So my question is, did you normally, if you're my girlfriend or my wife is always home at 7 and now it's 9 o'clock, I go, where are you? Not because I'm trying to catch her, just because I'm analytical and I know by 7 you're home or by 5 you're home. What's going on? Where are you? You're home. Where are you? Why aren't you home? Why aren't you calling me? Like even with Daria, when I don't hear from her for 3 days, I'm like, where are you? And she'll say, oh, my VPN isn't working. So she's usually very good about, and I know the VPN's a problem in Russia with the war, and they don't want news to get out from Russia to the West. So I know that. And I know she's telling the truth. So I have no problem with her saying my VPN's out. Okay. Yeah. It makes sense to me. So that's why it bothers me. But she doesn't lie to me. She doesn't go away for 3 days and not talk to me and lie to me about it. Like she'll say, I'm going up to the Dasha, which is the cabin, is what we would go up north to our cabin. So she said, I'm going there for a couple of days. I said, have a good time. I'm going with my friend. Have a good time. I'd rather do that, but I look at it like I want my wife, my girlfriend, or my friends to be happy and enjoy their life. And so if it's a girlfriend and she sees another guy, I'd say, well, have a good time. If that makes you happy, then do it. I don't care. I'm not insecure about that. And that's really the key to it. So you don't have to lie to me about you like this person or that person. And I just say enjoy, right? So that's kind of the key to it. So why are we all upset about lying? I think it's a respect issue. You don't love me and trust me enough to tell me the truth. So that's really it. And girls are funny. Girls, I've been with girls and I'm doing my football and they can't handle not getting the attention. They'd be like, what are you doing? I'm looking at my football. It's Friday and the games are Sunday and I got to look at some more picks. And they get all like, no, you got to look at me. No, I don't. I look at you, but now it's football time. I got people depending on me to give them picks and good picks that they can make money on. That's usually when I'm on vacation, not when I'm home. So again, they get very insecure, girls, and girls don't want to have other girls. I've had one girl say to me, I want to be number one and I don't want you to think of other girls. Those are Ukraine girls, right? They're very like, I got to be the one and you can't talk to any other girl. And I find a lot of girls are like that. So you don't lie to them. You just say, well, I like a lot of girls. I have a lot of girlfriends. So if you don't like it, okay. And I've had some that don't talk to me. Jenna's like that. Don't have, you only talk to me. And I'm like, well, we'll see. I'm like, well, okay. So I don't talk to her about Daria, but that's her loss, not mine. But I don't lie about it either. But that's how girls are. They want to control and manipulate you, and they don't want you to. They don't want you to talk to another girl, and I can't understand that. You have a lot of friends. I'm at poker. I might have 5 friends at the poker table. Now they're usually all guys, and we usually talk poker or we talk football. But so if it's 5 girls at the table and I talk to them, why is that a problem? We're talking about poker. We're talking about football. What's the problem? And girls have a problem. They have a big insecurity problem. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them, like Daria's not. She likes that I'm honest with her. She likes that I'm a loving man and very honest with her. So that's a good thing. But that's how people are. That's the one thing that people can't handle is the lie. Once you lie to somebody, oof, you're fucked. So that's why it's best to be open and honest. And now I could have never talked about Daria to like Alyssa. I could have said, nothing. Now, if she asks, do you have any other girls? I'm going to say Daria. I'm not going to lie about it. But if she doesn't ask, I'm not going to volunteer. Now, that's a different story. I'm not lying to her. But I told her about Daria. She actually has a daughter that has a problem, Daria. And so I'll bring it up to Alyssa. She says, why were you looking at this? I says, well, Daria's daughter has this problem. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. And we're just talking about her. What's the big deal? She's a friend of mine like you are. What's the big deal? So anyway, that's kind of what it is. But that seems to be the one button that people don't like is don't lie to me. Believe me, if I lied to you about a pick or a game or something, you'd be gone. And I know that. But I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to be honest, especially when it comes to economics. I'm totally honest about that. I have no reason to lie to you. I'm not selling you the product of gold and silver. When I tell you, I'm explaining what's going on and why the price is going up and down, but I'm not lying. Most people lie about it without even knowing. They go, well, the paper, they don't even know it's paper and physical. They don't know why it's going. Oh, it's profit taking. They're lying, but they don't know. They lie about inflation all the time. It's prices, but they're really just ignorant. They're not really lying, but they are. They don't realize they're lying. Oh, prices are going to go up with inflation. No, that's not true. The market controls the price. I was listening to that Matt Puffenberger on Egon's thing, and he says, well, it's the gold's going up because the dollar's going down. No, that's not it. Gold goes up because in the market, the demand for gold goes up, which creates the price to go up. Now, that's the truth. I am telling you exactly what's going on, and I will swear to that under oath, even though everybody else says inflation is prices going up. They're all wrong. And I stand by my thing, and you hear it most every day. That is not inflation. Inflation is not prices going up. You're inflating the supply of money, and the money value drops. And it's all about value, and value goes up when demand goes up, and value goes up where oil price goes up when the supply goes down. And that's a fact. That's the real thing. So when I give you a price of 20,000, 10,000 gold, 20,000 gold, that's a fact. That's what's going to happen. When silver, I say silver at 1,000, that's if you get rid of comex and we look at a paper market. That's we get rid of the paper market and we look at in physical markets. And I explain why. You got 1 million tons of silver, not 76, and you got 200,000 tons of gold, not 4 million. Paper versus physical. So in the physical universe we live in, that's what the prices should be. Getting rid of comex is what we need, and getting the prices up. Again, the world needs gold and they need to buy it, so they keep the price down. We don't like it, but if we were buying, we would like it. It's definitely a buyer's market. It's been a buyer's market. When I paid $1,800 for it in 2021, it was a buyer's market. When I got this for $225 an ounce of gold in 1995, when I got my master's, and this is my master's program, it was $225. Now, I do not look to sell this. So this has gone from 500 to 75%, or let's say it's 5,000 would be like 4,500. So I went from 500 to 4,500, just to keep round numbers. I have no interest in selling it. A, it means a lot to me because it's my master's, but B, it's going to be worth a hell of a lot more, and I have gold coins to sell. So that's really what you have is I'm telling you what's really happening, not the bullshit. There's no such thing as deflation. If prices go down, it's because the market goes down. The market controls the price. Deflation is prices going is no, it's this the value of the dollar is gone and people can't afford things. So as the dollar loses its value and you go to the grocery store and cornflakes are $10 a box, you have less money to buy other things. So you can't pay 500 grand for the house. You're going to pay 300,000 for the house or 200. That's not deflation. Where's this coming from? It's like a fantasy these guys are making up. They're lying right to your face and they don't even know it. That's how stupid they are. Oh yeah, today's Friday. Yeah, today's Friday and it's raining out. Well, wait, no, it's sunny out. Oh wait, well, today's Tuesday. Oh no, it's Friday. What are you talking about? I'll tell you, being kind of retired, except for this is my job, kind of. It's really strange because you just every day's like, what day is it? Oh yeah, it's Tuesday today. Oh, yeah, tomorrow, yeah, it's when, but every day's the same. Do the class, go to the pool, go eat, go to the grocery store, go buy some stuff, take a ride here, go to the lake. I got to start going to the lake again. And that's it. And that's what you're doing. And that's the point of it. This is retirement, and retirement's hard if you don't have gold and silver. So all I can really teach you, the most important thing is if you want to retire, you better have gold and silver or you're fucked. That's a second. Now, why do I say that? Because if you go to a retirement planner, what are they going to tell you? Well, you got to be in stocks. Right? You got to be in stocks. And then you're going to use the stocks. There's growth stocks, which will grow your portfolio and give you money for your retirement. And you have your 401k, which again is in stocks. And then you're going to change to some dividend stocks so you can pull the dividends to live on, pay your rent and that. And then the growth stocks, you sell a little, go on vacations. But what happens if the stock market crashes? You're dealing with fire because you're dealing with something where the value is really not what it is. It's being price fixed by the government. They're pumping up the stock market, not because of the demand, but they're trying to make it look like, so they're lying to you. They're saying, oh, no, the stock market, look how good it is. The economy is good. It's not good. The stock market's being held up by them printing money, putting it in the stock market, and they're just choosing these 4 or 5 stocks, Amazon's, the Apples, the Microsoft, whatever. And they're putting them into those stocks saying, look how good the market is. Meanwhile, every other stock's down 50%. And so you're in your retirement and you're living on these 5 or 6 stocks. And if they shoot down because everybody starts pulling their money out of the stock market because they realize the dollar's collapsed, no matter how hard Trump yells about it, then what are you going to do? How are you going to retire? It'll be worth zero. Not only that, the dollar we know is worth zero. So all these things that you're in are paper and they all are worthless. But if you're in gold and silver, you never have to worry about that. It can't be worthless because it's very, very limited and very highly demanded. So it can never go out. And they're suppressing the price, but that's coming to an end because it's the whole world now. It's BRICS, it's China and Russia wanting to buy it. So when you lower the price, there's buyer. China's buying and Russia's buying at will. And that's the problem. They just keep buying. And so the price will never go down. And if we ever get to what the price should be, that's where I'm talking 10, 15,000. And now your retirement's all set. Oh, I got 100 ounces of gold. I got 1,000 ounces of silver. Oh, all I got to do is sell 1 ounce of gold for $10,000 as the stock markets collapse. So they lie to you about your retirement. The government lies to you all the time. Going to the moon, who killed Kennedy, 9/11, that was planned. Where was the F-18s? They just let a plane hit the thing. And then since the jet fuel can't possibly bring the building down, how the fuck did the building go down? Oh, it was a demolition, like the sands and the dunes in Vegas, where they demolished the whole hotel and it came down. Oh, well, again, you lied to us. Why didn't you tell us the truth? Why are you demolishing the twin towers? Why are you killing all these people? What are you doing? What is the point of that? That's really the whole issue there, and the government lies to you. And then if you don't agree with the lie, you're a conspiracy theorist. I love that one. Well, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, I'm a problem solver. And what they told us makes no sense. What do you mean? How could the building collapse because a jet flew into it? Oh, the jet fuel. It's hot. It ain't that hot. It's 700 degrees. You need 2,400 degrees to start melting steel. And there was so much support because it was so high that they didn't want the wind to blow over. It would have only fallen one floor. How the fuck did it fall 101 floors? That's impossible. And that is not by the jet fuel. That's by demolition. And you could see the little white puffs of smoke. Boom. And then it just falls like that. Okay. That's how the stardust and the sands and the dunes fell. Just it went flat. Go watch Ocean 11 and whatever they're demolishing, it just went flat. So that's what you have. You have all this bullshit. We're constantly being lied. That's why we don't trust the government. It's the same thing. If whoever lies to you, you don't. How can you trust them? So why be a liar in the first place? Do you want people to not trust you? That's all politicians do is lie. I mean, that's the ironic part of it. Trump lies about everything. Oh, and that Ukraine war in a day. No, you didn't. We're going to audit Fort Knox. No, you didn't. Lie, 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 lie. But they all lie. FDR was the worst. He was supposed to do gold standard and low taxes and no tariffs, and you didn't do any of it. He caused the depression for 15 years, that idiot. So you end up with these problems, governments lying to you. And then if you don't believe them, how can you trust them? People ask me who I vote for. I said, why would you vote? Who are you going to vote for? You got idiot A and idiot B who are both going to lie to you. So why would you vote for? So this is the problem. I think this is what creates a lot of alcoholics. The guy cheats on the woman with another woman, and she can't leave him because he's got money, and she knows she can't. How's she going to live? And so she drinks a lot, and she ends up having affairs with the tennis pro or whatever, because the husband's not loyal and cheated on her. Why did the husband cheat? Because he liked the younger girl. I mean, this is retarded. People have no concept of life anymore. You got to be open. Alyssa, I have a friend in Daria. Yep. And that's what you have. The difference is she's in Russia, not here. But that's the whole point of it. And that's why it's so hard to marry, because there's too many options. It's not that you're not loyal to Alyssa, you're not loyal to Daria. It's just the way we're wired. But that's the whole point. So again, it's the gold and the silver are down because of the paper, not the physical. And a lot of what we talk about is physical, and I'm very adamant that that's what we're talking about in my titles most of the time. This is paper gold, don't worry. So gold's down, it's paper gold, don't worry. That's what's happening. So we will see. So now I put my ear on 77. It's just kicking on now because I want to keep the temperature at 77, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do. But anyway, I will have lunch and I will go to the pool. And I got to get my glasses. I went to Costco. At Costco, you can go there even if you don't have a membership and get your eyes looked at. But even then, they couldn't do it until June 13th or something, like a month later. I have an appointment with the doctor I don't really like, with the office manager who I don't really like. It's 150 and it's Friday. So I'm going to go to that just to get the prescription. It's 150. I don't know. Costco was 100, and who knows who the doctor is there. I don't like that it's not my brother's friend who I was seeing, but that's okay. That's Friday. Tomorrow I got an appointment at, I think, 2 o'clock. I want to start walking the lake. They're supposed to come and look at the fridge. I was very clear with the girl yesterday. I said, I'm not trying to be a problem. I'm just trying to figure out, these are very old appliances. I did not think I was getting very old appliances. I would have gotten the upgraded appliances if I knew that. So I'm going to talk to the manager and pay another $50 a month and get the upgraded appliance that I didn't think I needed. But again, every time I open the fridge or the freezer, the thing runs for 3-4 hours, and sometimes it's quiet and sometimes it's noisy. Now the air conditioning will actually buffer the fridge. We'll see. But I very rarely ran my air conditioning at my other place because I was first floor. The people above would run it and it would come down. Just the way the vents were. But here, I've been here a month and I've already running the air conditioning. So we will see. I'll bring out the fan and go from there. Anyway, so again, we don't like liars. Nobody likes liars. It's probably the number one problem of breaking up friendships, breaking up marriages, the lie. I don't even think it's the cheating. I think if you said, I like this girl, and and then if you came out and said, do you want to join us? She probably would. And that would be more appealing than lying to her and saying, hey, I got a business meeting, and she finds you're lying and she's lost all trust in you. Now with Jenna, she's not appreciating the money for food because it's not enough. I said, well, I gave you a birthday gift and bought you perfume. What the fuck are you talking about? Again, I can't replace my money, so I got to be careful with it. And I got to take care of number one, not you, Jenna. You got to take care of yourself. I'm taking care of mine. I don't like, she says, I don't like what was the term she used? A greedy man. How am I being greedy? Explain that. Oh, because I want to keep my own money so I can survive. I'm greedy. Again, and how many times you got to explain? It's in gold and silver. If I got 100 ounces in gold, yes, I have money, but it's in gold and it's not being sold now because gold's price is $4,500 when it should be $10,000. At $10,000, I will sell an ounce. At $4,500, I have no intention, maybe 1 ounce, and that's it. Waiting for the price to go up, which I know it will. It's not a guess. So again, you try to explain it to her, and it just goes in one ear and out the other. Well, you have money and you're not giving it to me, so you're greedy. What is that? What is that? Like a 5-year-old? Well, you're greedy. You're keeping your own money, so that's greedy. No, I'm giving you part of my money, so that's being a nice person. I don't have to give you anything. I just gave you a birthday gift. You want money for food? Go fucking work. Go ask your friends for money. You seem to have no problem asking me. Oh, I didn't give you enough, so so that whole thing, I don't know what's worse, lying or hearing that kind of shit. I don't know what's worse. Anyway, so again, we're going to take the Knicks tonight, lay the 7.5, 2 units, and you got to go buy the baseball now. I'm sorry, $25 for weeks, real bargain. And I'm giving you Boston minus 132 with Ranger Suarez 3 units as the free play. So I'll give you a free play. I kind of run through the pitchers for you. Come to me, 25-0. Again, you go to the purchase picks. So I could review this one more time. So you go through purchase picks, and that's going to take you, I don't know, I can't expand that. Purchase picks is 4 column locks, NFL, college, and both. And then down here is baseball. So you buy the week of baseball, it's $25. You go to pay debit or credit card. I don't see it. And then it will give you a passport. Now it's not working. I'll know when you get it, and then I will email you with the pics. When it comes out, you're then going to go back to, you'll then get the password and you'll go. So you buy it, you come down here, you buy it, baseball full week only. You get a pass, you pay it, you get a password, you go into baseball picks with the password. And you're going to enter the password there and hit the submit button, and the pics will come up. Again, it's teaserking.com, and you can see home. Like if you go to home, you get me there, right? And I think I got my old one still there. So the free pick I gave you, I'm on YouTube. I'm not on Twitter that much, but you can follow me on Twitter as the Teaser King. And I got to change. I've been doing for 33 years. It's like 50 years now. That's why now I just say since 1977, so I don't have to keep changing it. I do have some people that gave me good feedback. Love teasers and your stuff, and I like the analysis, like my ideas and info. Your stuff. I don't think people can doubt your work or results. I keep doing what you're doing, keep explaining. So I get a lot of good feedback. And then there's my email down there. So that's what we have. I explain a teaser bet here. You got to pick two games anyway here. Game A, normal spread Detroit -7. You go -1, or you take Minnesota +7 up to 13. And I'm the master going, which one do I take? And then there's game B, and you put them together, and there's your teaser pick. Detroit with Penn State, boom, boom, boom. That's your pick. You can play 3-team, 4-team, 5-team. You get better odds. It's hard to hit. I've hit 10, 11-team teasers, but not regularly. It's hard to hit. Like a 5-team teaser, I can hit about 1 in 4. There's always that one game that you think's going to happen, and in football, there's turnovers or injuries that kill you. I used to do trends. It was too busy. I don't. Here's my history. So this is last year. We made 100,000, 224, 71 pros, and 28,000 in college. Lock picks 32,000, and that's just done by a formula. So when I say I won, it adds it to like this is the Super Bowl. So we had Seattle +1.5. We went under 52, and it was a lock, 30 units, and then we show we won. And all I'm concerned about is we won the bet, and we won. It doesn't have the units on there, but yeah, this is looking at the wager. So the wager 3,000, and then added to that. But that's football. So that's basically the Teaser King. And I've been, like I've said in my new intro, if I lost, I couldn't be doing this since 1977. Right? Nobody wants to pay for a loser, and if I kept losing money, I wouldn't be able to bet it. So I am able to bet it because of hitting the games. And when you win, then you're able to keep betting. So I always laugh when they say, well, if you have a gambling problem, and I go, what is a gambling problem? You don't have a gambling problem if you win, even if you're addicted to it or you bet a lot. But if you're winning, there's no gambling problem. It's only when you're losing. Yeah, you got a gambling problem. You just lost 100 grand. So because I can adapt, I'm fine. I do explain it, and I'm very honest about it. How I pick, and I've done several videos on how do I analyze and problem solve the games. I can't use technical analysis. So in my new update that I put on Teaser King on YouTube here, I go in. I says, well, I used to do trend analysis. I can do it if I can. I can do it with KC, but I can't do it with the Bears. Like this year, I won't be able to do Oakland because they got a new coach and a new quarterback. Even if it's Mendoza or the other guy or Kirk Cousins, I still can't do a trend analysis on it because I'm not looking at the same data. But I can use KC, even Buffalo and Baltimore. I can't use because they got new coaches. But I can still kind of use Josh Allen and know he's very good at home. So things like that. What else? So again, we problem solve it. Again, well, let's look at our goal. And so again, we want honesty and respect. I think that's the key to life. So when your friends lie to you, it's why are you lying to me? That's not good. Let's see what the market's doing. As bullshit. 49.5. This is a lie. And let's see. So silver's up to 74.66 and gold's coming back. I mean, look at this bullshit 10 o'clock. 45.45 to 45.75. It dropped $70. Is that real? No, that's a lie. And now it's back, making its way back to 45.11. So it's just when it's high, they short it until it stops. And now since it's so low, now they're buying it. So they're just playing this game of selling it at about 47 and then buying it at 45. And now it's 45.11, which is a joke. It should easily be 5,000. And this is, again, they're lying to us. And this is what we need to understand. So, this is it. So Jenna insulted me today. So what do I do about it? Well, I'll basically tell her, since I'm greedy, I'm not going to help you anymore. You're on your own. Happy birthday. Enjoy the perfume. Go fuck yourself. Because I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't respect me and calls me greedy when I'm not greedy. I'm just careful with my money because I'm smart enough to realize I don't have a professor to go get the money from. Well, if I lose too many, I can't bet on football. I can't go play poker, places where I do make money. And I can't live. Money's freedom. So if I hand her all my money and I don't have any money, then what am I going to do? She's going to leave me because I can't help her. And I don't have a Howard to come and say, hey, yeah, pay my rent, pay this, pay that. I don't have that. So that's why gold and silver are critical. And that's really the point of it. It's just a very critical thing. And I have to be safe because I don't have anybody bailing me out. I'm on Social Security now, which pays rent and food and stuff, but how long is that going to last until it runs out, right? As the dollar dies. So the gold's very critical for me. So I'm not cashing it in so I can give her $100 for food so I won't appear greedy. That's just ridiculous. So I don't like that. Again, they just assume that you have the money, that it's theirs or they should have it. And I don't know. It's an insult. I mean, if somebody gave me $50, I'd be thanking them. I would never say, can't you give me 100? There was a guy, I had to go to the dollar store to get some, I got a bloody nose. So I got blood on my what do you call it? A comforter. So I want to clean it, right? So I'm going to go to the washer. I'm going to go to the laundry mat because the washer is not big enough for it. That's why I couldn't wash it at my other place. And so the girl said, "Oh, hydrogen uh, peroxide or nail polish remover will remove the blood." So I went and bought it. And when I went to the dollar store because who cares? And there was a guy in a wheelchair. And I said, I don't have money because I just carry a debit card and a credit card. I don't really carry money. And when I went in the store, I used my credit card. So it didn't give me an option of if I want money. And then I went to, then I remembered in my car I have change. So I gave him like $1 in change, quarters, dimes, nickels, and said, here. Now, he didn't say, oh, you're greedy. You only gave me $1 in quarters and dimes and nickels. He was very appreciative. So I don't get where Jenna or people like that are not appreciative of them giving, helping them. You're not under any obligation. This guy I didn't know wasn't my friend. I just saw him in a wheelchair. I felt bad for him. Is he really in a wheelchair? I don't know. But if he wants to act like that, yeah, here's $1 and change. Go do it. But that's kind of where it's at. Somebody like Jenna, who I've given gold to before, and she's stupid enough to spend it instead of holding it. And, now she wants to call me greedy. What is that? I just gave her money for perfume for her birthday. Okay. Now she wants more money. Well, I don't really have that much more to give you. But here you go. And it's like, where do you get greedy out of it? I'm greedy because I'm keeping my own money. First of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with being greedy. Greed is good. Like, I want to get 1,000 customers doing my baseball. Is that greedy? No, that's smart. You pick good, you're going to make them all money. Or football. So why am I greedy? Because I want more. It's not greed. I don't know what greed really is, and I don't really know what's wrong with that. Being greedy doesn't hurt anybody. If 1 million people want to buy my football picks and they get all that money, am I wrong? Are not them all making money off of me? So how am I the greedy one? Oh, I should just hand out all the money I made, because if I don't hand it out, I'm greedy. I mean, the whole thing makes no sense to me. So anyway, that's where I'm at with it. So we're at about 2 hours. So again, take the Ranger Suarez for Boston tonight. In the NBA, we're taking the Knicks -7.5 till they show me otherwise. I think Philadelphia is just as good a team as Cleveland with Maxey and the other guy, Embiid. They just blew them out. I don't see Cleveland. Cleveland lost 3 games to Detroit. They can't be that good. So we will see. Anyway, that's where I'm at with it. Go there. I got my new microwave. It actually worked. My TV stand worked. I'm almost done here. I have a few things left. I think I'll go to the laundromat. Well, we have like a washer dryer downstairs, not in the room. And I'm like, that's fine. What do I care? And so I don't know. I might go to the laundromat because I got to do my comforter because it won't fit. It's big. Plus, I want to get the blood stains out with the nail polish remover. So I will do that. Otherwise, I think I'm back to walking the lake soon. It's going to be nice and 65, 70 for the next week. It's been 90, 95. Today it's in the mid 80s, so we'll see. And then I'm waiting to get a new fridge or buy one or do something. I can't believe I got to hear this bullshit. It's crazy. So anyway, we don't like liars. We don't like to be lied to. It's a trust factor. It's a respect factor. Everybody hates being lied to. because then you can't trust the person because it really shows you as insecure. Well, I didn't want to hurt you, which is bullshit. If you didn't want to hurt you, you wouldn't lie in the first place. And then it's a trust factor that you want to do. So it really doesn't make any sense any way you look at it. It makes no sense to lie to somebody. That means I don't respect you, and I don't I don't want to hurt you. I didn't want to hurt you, and say I was with this other guy. Well, then then you problem solve it. Why are you with the other guy? What is it that you don't like about me, or you just liked him? And go enjoy yourself. If more people were just like, oh yeah, you saw this hot girl, yeah, go enjoy yourself. That's fine. I want you to be happy. I want you to enjoy yourself. What's wrong with that? How is that different than going and playing golf and there's a hot girl in the foursome and you're talking with her for 4 hours? You're just not having sex, but you're playing golf. There's a little difference, but not really. And what if you meet up with her at the golf course every week? You're enjoying yourselves. So what is the problem with it? If it's sex or golf, or you see this hot waitress and you go to the restaurant just to meet this waitress. I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't understand life. Like I said earlier, the girl wants all the attention, doesn't want you to talk to anybody else, doesn't want you to study anything. They want the attention. And that's kind of where it's at. They need the attention, and that's what they're going to do. So that's the point of it. So again, if you're with somebody, you should want them happy. And really, when you get married, do you make the other person better, and does she make you better? And if that's the issue, then why are we having a problem that you like another person and you're cheating on me? Well, why am I cheating on you or maybe it's not cheating. I just met this other girl. I met Daria. Why is that cheating? She's my friend. Like, what are you talking about? And so that's the whole key to it is really, it's a respect issue. And that's why we have so many divorces. It's the lie, but why are we lying? I don't want to hurt you. Well, that's a bunch of crap. What do you mean you don't want to hurt me? What does that mean? Why would it hurt me? Right? If Alyssa talks to other guys, it doesn't hurt me. Fine. Whatever it is, you talk to another guy, I'm not going to be jealous. I can't control you. If you don't love me, fine. If you love me, fine. And you want to talk to other guys, go talk to them. You're like, why is that a big deal? So people are just very insecure and very controlling. I find that they want, only look at me, only talk to me. Like, yeah, that's going to last about an hour, and then I'm going to get bored, and it's not going to work. Anyway, that's about it. Gold and silver we just looked at. It's 4,500 gold, which should be 10,000. Again, it's paper gold, not physical gold. That's 4,500. So we have to understand what's happening. Why? Because the oil prices are up because of Trump's an idiot, or he's betting on the oil stocks and he's making money and he doesn't care if he hurts people or not. He's a loser, basically. And that's what you really have going on is Trump sitting there getting the oil price up, and all these other countries then are selling their paper gold to buy oil. So, of course, that's going to lower the oil price, but not because you don't want the gold, because you need the oil. And so understand that. So that's the issue. The other was margin calls. Because it was going up so much, they kept margin calling the shorts. And again, we keep seeing it go down. We heard Mark McGuire and London Paul. I like London Paul. He seems to be an Austrian guy. Egon doesn't fully get it's not going up because the dollar's going down. The dollar's worthless. It's going up because of the demand for the physical gold in China and Russia and BRICS. And they are gold standard now. From what he said, the yuan is 1-to-1 gold. So it's, you can take a wand and get gold with it, I guess, in China. So we're way ahead of the curve, owning our gold and silver. As much as you can buy it. It's just, you'll be well taken care of, and you'll be fine, and you'll be able to help your friends and family with a couple ounces. They can live. Otherwise, get the wheelbarrows out and you're fucked. So anyway, yes, that's what makes time travel possible, is from Back to the Future. But I like it, and I do a lot of things that I humor myself and you guys with. And that's about it. Questions or comments? I noticed I'm not getting comments the last few days, so I was worried. Can you not leave a comment? But Johnsy was on the other day, left a comment. So that's fine if you just are watching, but I do it live so you can ask comments. And we'll go from there. All right. So have a good day, everybody. www.teaserking.com. So if you want to buy baseball, you can buy it now. I will email you the pics until my IT guy fixes the site. And again, the error is, I think, a date thing. And then you'll get the whole week and all the picks that I normally give. And off you go. So have a good one. I will be looking out for emails. That's why I like to be automated, so I can go to the pool. I'm not looking at anybody buy baseball. But I'll have it done by around now, by about 10:30, 11, I will email the pick. I've already emailed some picks out. And then I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to go to the pool. So anyway, have a good day, everybody. www.teaserking.com. If you want the baseball, email me if there's a question or a comment, and go from there. All right. Have a great day, everybody.